In an age where samurai settled grudges with steel, one man carved his name in blood and vengeance, Araki Mataemon. The spark was lit by blood. Araki's brother-in-law, Watanabe Gendaiyu, was murdered by a retainer of the Kawai clan, not in a duel of honor, not on the battlefield, but by a cowardly ambush. In samurai society, such dishonor could not be washed away by words. The Tokugawa authorities urged peace, but for Araki, peace meant nothing without justice. He swore a vendetta to restore his family's honor, to balance the scales, and to carve his name into history with his blade. Araki did not march alone. 3 companions joined him: Watanabe Kazuma, the younger brother of the slain man, a seasoned retainer bound by loyalty, and a third ally whose name has faded into the shadows of time. 4 men in total. Together, they swore an oath to hunt down the killer, Kawai Matagoro, no matter the odds. The odds would be 20 against 4. They marched under winter skies. Cold wind bit their faces. Each step was heavy with purpose. Every villager who saw them whispered, "Are they mad?" 20 men wait for them at Kaguya. 20 swords against only 4. But Araki said nothing. He walked in silence, his hand resting lightly on the hilt of his katana. His calm was unnerving. Where others felt fear, he seemed carved from stone. At Kaguya, they arrived at a roadside inn. Inside, 20 samurai of the Kawai clan drank, waiting. Lanterns glowed against the night. Smoke curled from the roof into the frozen air. When Araki slid the door open, silence fell. 4 figures stepped in. 20 pairs of eyes glared back. One of the Kawai men sneered, "4 men against 20? You'll die before the sak cools." Araki's lips curved into the faintest smile. "Then let's not keep it waiting." Steel sang. Araki's sword flashed in a single fluid draw, and one man was cut down before he could even rise from his seat. Blood sprayed across the tatami. Chaos erupted. Blades rang out, chairs splintered, lanterns toppled. The inn became a storm of steel. Araki moved like a force of nature. His strikes were precise, economical. No flourish, no wasted motion. Every swing carried death. One enemy lunged low. Araki stepped aside, pivoting, his blade carving a clean line across the man's back. Another came from the left. His strike was parried, and Araki's riposte took his arm before finishing him with a thrust to the throat. At his side, Kazuma fought desperately, matching his brother-in-law's fury. The air filled with screams, the thud of bodies, the splintering of wood. The Kawai samurai were 20, but they were disorganized, drunk, panicked, unprepared for men who fought as though already dead. In the chaos, Araki's eyes locked on his true target, Kawai Matagoro, the killer of his kin. Matagoro tried to flee through the back door, but Araki cut his way toward him, every strike bringing him closer. "Kawai Matagoro!" he shouted over the din. "Your blood repays the debt tonight." Matagoro turned, blade shaking in his hands. "You think you can kill me here?" Araki's voice was cold, steady. "I came here for nothing else." The inn seemed to vanish. Only 2 men remained, hunter and hunted. Matagoro swung wildly, desperation in every stroke. Araki blocked, countered, stepped inside his guard. Sparks flew as steel met steel. Fear makes a man sloppy. Araki needed only one opening. His katana flashed in a single arc, clean, merciless. Matagoro staggered. Blood poured from his chest. His sword clattered to the floor. Araki whispered, low enough for only his enemy to hear, "This is justice." Matagoro collapsed, lifeless. When the smoke cleared, the inn was a ruin. Bodies lay strewn across blood-soaked tatami. The fire of battle flickered out with the lanterns. 4 men had walked in. 4 men walked out. Behind them, 20 corpses bore witness to their vengeance. News of the vendetta spread like wildfire. The people whispered of Araki Mataemon, the swordsman who cut through 20 men and avenged his kin. His name carried weight for generations. Children were told, "Do not cross a man like Araki." Samurai repeated his story as proof that honor, once lost, could only be restored in blood. Even today, the Igagoe Vendetta is remembered as one of the greatest acts of retribution in samurai history. Araki never fought for fame. He fought for honor, for blood, for the unbreakable code of his time. And though centuries have passed, his story reminds us, peace is fragile, honor is dangerous, and legends are born in the fire of vengeance.